Okay, I believe we are recording now. Can you both hear me well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Wonderful. So, Lynn and Suzanne, you both said that you already know each other. So, if you want to begin by sharing any ambassador activities that you might have done, or if you have any news related to the Direct Care Initiative, or anything that you've been involved in, or have heard or seen.
Not at this point in time, I don't.
Okay.
I haven't had anything new.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the upcoming dates then. See if my PowerPoint will work with me. Okay. So, as you might already have heard, we are having an advisory council meeting on Thursday, January 17th, and that'll be from 9:30 in the morning until noon. And so this will be related to current policy or legislative updates as the new session is starting. There will be opportunity for information sharing and then also activity updates. So as ambassadors, you will have an opportunity for discussion. But Suzanne, I believe that you're already part of the council. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we're also trying to figure out how many people will be interested in an afternoon advocacy session following the advisory council meeting. So if you are interested, you can let me know. And I believe I did already receive some emails. So this will be kind of like a mini advocacy session and also an opportunity to visit the Capitol. These are the dates for the ambassador webinars for the following year. And I just wanted to kind of see if you guys think that these dates will work well or if you think that something needs to be changed. Basically what I try to do is make it the second Tuesday of every month and then kind of keep up with what Erin was already doing as far as switching the time between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. to try to get as many people as possible to join. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it'll work fine.
Okay. Great. So I will probably send out an email here by the end of this week to all the ambassadors and give you kind of like a save the date so that you can mark these down for the future. This is the information about the ambassador webinar login, but you both obviously know since you are participating now and have participated in the past. And we have these new career pathway diagrams to share. Erin did share some of these during the webinar orientation. So I know Lynn has seen them. I don't know if you have seen these, Suzanne. These are basically very much the same as the ones that we've had all along, but we've kind of split it up between the required and the voluntary components so that way it can be clear to people that the only requirement is the core, which is estimated to be about 6 hours. But all the other stuff, the specialty endorsements, the advanced training modules, and the advanced training credentials, all of that is voluntary. So we kind of try to split it up that way so that it's more clear for people. This is the Direct Care Associate credential pathway. And unless you stop me, I'm going to move kind of quickly through these because I'm pretty sure you've seen these before. And then we have the voluntary advanced training and the credential pathways, and all of it is broken down. And all of these can also be found on our wiki online. And then this is the health support professional and CNA pathways, which is pretty much the equivalent to what a CNA training requires right now with some additions. So as far as the legislative update right now, they have not appointed committees yet, so we don't have a list of all the legislators and their committees because they are holding some special elections. I know one was held this week. There's going to be another one around the 20th of January, I believe. And so we're still waiting on all of the complete contact information. But if you would like to see if information is available right now for your district, you can just go ahead and send me an email and include your address with the city, town, and zip code, and we will try to locate that information for you. But as far as specific committee information, none of that is out yet. So as always, we just want to remind you to connect with your legislators. And this is the link for finding the district and legislator. And then we also have an advocacy template on the wiki. Do you have any questions so far?
No. No.
Okay. The other thing that we are trying to do is ask people to help us get people to sign up for the Direct Care Workforce Coalition. And we have an example coalition packet that I can email to you if you are interested. But basically, it's for the coalition that supports the establishment of a board of direct care professionals. Have you both heard about this yet?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay. So basically what we did is we created kind of like a one-pager document. Actually, let me see if I can pull this up on the screen. Give me just a minute here. And that way you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay. So this is what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a coalition of either individuals or organizations that support the creation or the establishment of a board of direct care professionals by the legislature this year. And so as you can see, it talks about who the direct care workforce includes, DCPs, and talks about the estimated number of DCPs. And then, so this is a little bit of the history. And then here it talks about, or it's encouraging people to be a part of the Direct Care Workforce Coalition by signing either your organization or yourself as an individual. And by signing on to the coalition, your organization will add its support and messages to the public and elected officials, informing them of the need and importance of creating a board of direct care professionals. It will allow your organization to be listed as one of the supporters of establishing the board. And you'll receive as-needed updates electronically regarding developments related to the Direct Care Workforce Initiative, and be invited to periodic informative events or meetings to share your thoughts and hear from others. And so here at the end, after the one-pager, we have a statement of support. And I can email this to both of you so that I'm not reading it all for you, but basically it talks about the history of the Direct Care Initiative and all of the things that the Advisory Council has been working on, and it's saying so now it's time for the legislature to establish that board. And here at the bottom it has a place for people to sign on, so they can list their organization name, the authorizing representative, and the email address, and then they return it to us. And here's the document that we have so far. These are the supporters that have signed on so far. So what we're asking ambassadors to do is to spread the message about this coalition, and I'll actually email this coalition packet to all of the ambassadors, so that way if you know of organizations, or if your organization hasn't signed on yet, maybe you could encourage people to look at it. Do you have any thoughts about this or questions?
No. No.
Okay. So this is just another way to kind of push things with the new legislative session starting, and with a lot of new legislators who need to be educated. This is why we thought that it would be important to have this information all together in one packet, and then give people the opportunity to sign on and show their support and kind of encourage the legislator to establish that board. So are you both familiar with the e-updates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. So there will be an ambassador featured on the next e-update. And what we're trying to do is encourage people to sign up for the e-update. And there are sign-in sheets for the e-update on our wiki page, which let me see if this link is the way to get to it. And I can send out this PowerPoint after our presentation. But we have these e-sign-up sheets. And once it opens, I'll kind of talk through it. Okay, so if you scroll down to the section Giving and Getting Feedback, there's a DCWI e-update sign-up sheet, and you can download that, and you can take it either to your organization or other contacts, people you've been contacting about the initiative, and try to get people to sign up for these e-updates, because that's one way that we can get the message out and education regarding the initiative to people. So they just need to put their name, email address, title, organization, and once they sign up on here, you could send this back to us and we'll sign them up for the e-update. The other thing that we are needing a response on is our intern. Her name is Emily Lee, and she is requesting some information from the ambassadors. Have either one of you been contacted by her? Do you know?
I got an email from her yesterday.
Okay. So what this is all about is we're trying to get bio interviews. So she's asking just a couple of questions like, what is your current title? Which organization are you working for? Why did you become an ambassador? What is your interest in the Direct Care project? And she's also requesting a photo so that for these e-updates that I just finished discussing, as we feature ambassadors, then we can feature your story and your photo if that's something that you're interested in. The other thing that she is needing information for is for business cards, because we at State Public Policy Group, we're offering to print business cards that are specific to ambassadors. So a lot of people say, well, I have my organization business card, but maybe they don't want to hand that out every single time they're talking about the Direct Care Initiative. So if you would like an ambassador-specific business card that would have your name, you can put whatever information you want on there. If you want your work title and organization, and then it would say Direct Care Workforce Ambassador. And that way, whenever you're participating in ambassador activities, you could pass this card out with your information, and then people will know and identify you as an ambassador of this project. So if you would like free business cards printed, that's something that we're offering to you. You just need to reply to Emily's email and provide her with that information, or you can give us a call here at State Public Policy Group, and I'll have my information at the end of this PowerPoint. And the last thing that she is looking for, she wants to know if she can have your permission to use your photo and your ambassador information on the Direct Care website, because we've been talking about this idea of having a listing of ambassadors on the Direct Care website so that when people are interested in the project and they want to learn more, they can just look at the area to which they correspond and they can say, okay, well, this person lives in my area and they're an ambassador, so I can contact that person. And that's completely voluntary, but it's a way for you to connect to people in your area who are interested in learning more about the project, so that it's not so much you going out and looking for people to educate about the Direct Care Initiative, but it's more people coming to you through this method and identifying you as an ambassador and then as somebody who would be able to provide them with information. So, do you have any questions about that?
No. No.
Okay, so yeah, just look for an email from Emily, and if you would please respond to her, that would be great. So at this point, I want to ask you, are you hearing any questions about the Direct Care Workforce Initiative, either from Direct Care professionals or from employers or consumers or families, basically anybody in your communities? Are you hearing any questions?
No. No, I haven't either.
Okay. Do you have any questions that are related to the initiative?
No. Not really, not at this point in time.
Okay, great. Well, here is my contact information. That's my email address and my direct line. So if you do think of any questions or if anything comes up, please email me or give me a call. Additionally, if you don't have Emily's email or her contact information, you can always send me an email and I'd be happy to provide that to you. Okay, and I am going to stop the recording here. Thank you for attending the Ambassador webinar.